All right, I'm back a little bit. We are back, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't need these anymore. So big talky time. Maybe we'll do as Taylor suggests and walk around and talk. Maybe I will. That's actually kind of a good way to get thoughts out. But the problem, I don't have room to walk. But I should have made a list. That would have been smart. I should have made a list of little talking points because I have a bunch in my head. So I guess I'm just gonna go over them one by one. Yeah, it's just gonna be a chill stream. I will put on music though. I will put on some nice music. Are you quitting? No, definitely not. Well, should we start with story time? Okay, why is my OBS being all funky? You can probably see it on the monitor. Whatever. All right. Birds and the bees? No, that's not what the bee. No. I'm definitely not quitting. Little story time. Just to kind of explain that, just at the beginning, I knew that I needed a break, and Taylor told me recently that when he quit, that he didn't think he was going to quit at the beginning. He just knew he needed a break after his, I believe it was his Red Dead Redemption marathon. He just knew that he knew that he needed a break, and he was planning on coming back, and he just never did. And the first day, I was like, nope, not streaming. I just can't do it. I promised myself that I wouldn't do that. That I would not just leave and not come back. It was after... Okay, so close enough. Hi, Hyper. What's up, mate? So, no, I'm not quitting. I will probably never quit. Same thing as the Minecraft saying goes. You never actually quit Minecraft. You just take long breaks. And those breaks can be between, you know, maybe once a year to 2 week Minecraft phase, or, you know, your 5 year, who knows. But you never actually quit Minecraft. Nobody ever does. You just take breaks. Eventually, you come back and play the game again. Unless they, like, took it a couple weeks after Red Dead Redemption 2 Marathon. Okay. So, I've got... First thing, I took a break because I'd burned myself out. I had set a goal that was, at the time, unattainable. I do not have the... I don't have 3 things in order to stream every day. I could very easily stream every day if these 3 things were in check. The biggest of which is a space to do it. This is not that space. Very clear. So, good self-awareness. Thank you. I think that's journaling, because I told that's what happens when you journal is you get really self-aware, which I do journal at the end of every day, and then goals for that's not the point. I'm rambling. But 3 things. I don't have the space. This is not my own space. This is probably, other than the actual kitchen of this house, this is the most lived in. As in lived in, this is where people go the most in this entire house. So me claiming it, thank you for the bits, mate. So me claiming off this part of the house, which is the second most lived in part, is 1, not fair to my family, and 2, not possible. Because everyone wants to come down here for the various things. Right? The second thing is I don't have the... How do I word this? It's a mix of I don't have the energy and I don't have the audience. Thank you for the bits. I'm not going to be depressed, mate. I'll read all these messages back. I just need to get this out of my head before I forget it. I don't have the audience. I'm not big enough. And I don't have the energy yet. Okay. Thank you, Taylor. A burger. What's up, mate? I need... Yeah, those 2 things. Not big enough yet, and I don't have my own personal energy up enough yet. Probably because I doom scroll too much. I need to stop. That's a bigger drainer of my energy. And the third thing, I don't remember because I'm rambled, and now it's left my brain. All right. When you can. Okay, let's just get into that. I don't need to journal. I'm a massive overthinker. I just overthink everything. That's how I'm aware. I'm like Avengers Infinity War. So I'm also a massive overthinker. That's a sign of ADHD and a little sprinkle of tisms. Not surprised. Every I would not be surprised if 99% of Gen Z has a sprinkle of those too because of various factors. But being self-aware is very different from overthinking. But I will admit you are pretty self-aware. To an extent. To an extent. I'm not gonna glaze you up the wazoo. Yeah, I don't remember what the third thing was. But, since Gang just brought it up, until those two circumstance changes, there's three. I don't remember the third, I just know there's three. Oh, yes, now I know the third. The third is there's not enough content to do. There's not enough content. I will... See the clip. I love playing Minecraft. And I can play hardcore Minecraft and work on projects for years. Because I've done it. On camera, off to camera. I can do it. The problem comes with being on stream. Because if you can't tell right now, my energy is like a solid 6. When you stream, it has to... You have to take it up to a 10. And when I saw those clips of Lacey and Stable Ronaldo that Taylor would send me of them saying streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, I knew they were full of shit. And they still are. But in a way, I can see where they're coming from. If you have never truly worked a hard 9 to 5, which I haven't, by the way, but I've worked a hard labor job, and that is still harder than streaming, but from their perspective, where they've been streaming and they blew up young and they've never worked a hard 9 to 5, I can see how they would get that opinion, and I can understand where they would get it from. Streaming at 100% energy for multiple hours, that is hard, but it's not harder than a 9 to 5. Want to buy some Nautica 2 with you? You better. Until you better get on. Play Forza Horizon 6? I don't know if I'm going to play that. Don't tell us you're quitting. I'm not quitting. I said that at the very beginning. I will never quit streaming. But there's not enough content, right? Because I can think of a million ways I could stream for multiple hours. I'm just going to buy 200. Don't buy that many bits. What is that? $250? Don't do that. Please don't. That's way too many bits. That's a lot of money. Do not buy that many. I will refund them if I find out a way how. Which I will. I've lost my train of thought. Piss. I want to read the chat so I'm not a douchebag, but at the same time, if I read the chat, then I lose my train of thought and I don't remember where I was. Games, yes. So there's not enough content for me to stream multiple hours, multiple days. Now, again, all of this could be solved if I was a big creator, which I'm not, and I probably never will be, even though that'd be amazing. Probably will never happen. But I think for the time being, it's going to go back to what Gang said earlier, which is I'm going to stream when I want, if I want. If I don't want to stream, which happened, I'd say the last 3 days of the daily streaming, which by the way, I'm not doing any of the punishments. None of them. I'm not doing any of those punishments. We will save those punishments for sure for other things if we do challenges and stuff. But in terms of, wow, you missed a week and a half, you got to spin the wheel. No, not doing it. Sorry. Not doing that. So I'm going to stream what I want, when I want, if I want. Which the if will almost always be weekly. Especially with the Rumble Creator Program. I still want to stay in the Creator Program. And I still want to I still want to try and make this a job or a full-time career if possible. But that brings me on to my next point, which is the setup. My grandparents have this giant house. Taylor's seen it, Berger's seen it. I've shown them the pictures of it, saying, hey, you guys should come down here because, all this stuff. No, I'm not moving. Right, because they got this giant house, we could do content. This was like prime Teabag Gang. Forgot we named it that, except just barely. Yeah, prime Teabag. We were planning this. Yeah, I'm not going to link the address. But they have this giant house and they live alone. So I'm going to try to negotiate with my grandpa and grandma. They both, grandma and grandpa. To try and, hi Hudson, to try and figure out a solution for me to stream at their house. Because that would enable two things. It would get rid of two problems. Well, kind of one and a half. One, space. They have second master bedroom, guest room, mini guest room. So 6. They have 6 extra rooms that I could use for streaming. So I'm going to try and concoct a deal with them to let me stream at their house. But there's only 2 problems with that. The first problem being my parents. They will definitely not approve of that. But if I get my grandparents' approval and they're cool with it, and I've made a deal with them where I'm, paying them money in some way, rent out a room. Because that's how I'm going to approach it. I'm going to approach it to them like it's a business deal. Not, I'm your grandkid and I want a massive favor. No. I'm making money from streaming. I need a different space to do it because my family, I keep getting in their way and they keep getting in my way. So here, I'll give you maybe even 100% of the revenue that I get from all platforms just to start. And that would mostly come from the Rumble Creator Program. Because according to Battle Droid, he got paid $160 last month. So that is minimum, I'm going to guess 100 on my end. Minimum 100 on my end. Plus, ads. And if you guys donate, which I wouldn't recommend, but I guess sub money, I would also give that to them as like, cool. You let me stream here until I'm making at least, I don't know, the sub goal. And then we can talk about, cool, I get to keep some of it. Because again, I like streaming. I enjoy this. I don't need the money from it. So any money I do make, I might as well use that as a bargaining chip to be like, hey, I want to improve the streaming conditions for myself and for anybody that watches this. And streaming at their house would also enable marathons and sleep streams. And it would be nice to stream at their house because summer's coming up. My sisters will be out of school and they will be up all night. They have to be in bed by this. They have to be in bed by this time because they have school or they have schedules. They don't have school tomorrow, but they're out doing stuff. My sister is working at the baseball fields and my other sister is driving back from something down in Salt Lake. Don't know. So I will have to kick them out if I want to stream. And that'll have to be every day because it's summer vacation. They might be out of the house. I don't know. I can't plan for that. I know I won't be because I'm a chud and I sit here all day and play video games. Not all day, but you know what I mean. So that's another, I guess, bargaining chip I could use. So yeah, if I can pull this off, again, I guarantee that I can because I know my grandparents, specifically my grandpa. I know how he likes to be approached because he's done this. This exact same PC, not this exact same one. This is my youngest cousin's PC, but my grandparents still paid for this same PC that I'm streaming on. The same way they paid for my old PC, which is sitting over there right now. This one's just slightly better, which is why I use it. And the way we had to go about convincing them to pay for this PC was go over all of the parts, all of the prices, how long it's going to take to build. We did our own research, and then we had to present it like a business deal. And we were 9 at the time. I think younger than that. Wait, were we? How old were we? We were young. Like, my gosh. This was almost a decade ago, I think. Yeah. So, I know how they like to be approached, and I know what gets them to tick. So I'm going to put together, and I guarantee I can pull this off. Okay, the biggest problem is if I pull it off, I guarantee they're going to ask, what do your parents think? Which they are not going to approve of this. That's the biggest hurdle that I've got to figure out how to get over, which is either convincing my grandparents to not give a shit about what my parents think, or convincing my parents that it's okay. One of those is easier than the other, and guess what? It's convincing my parents that it's okay. Because they are big control freaks. Hate to say it. But, if I can pull it off, then I can guarantee a couple things. One, streams will be indefinitely more entertaining because I can yell, I can be loud, I can do everything, right? I can do all this stuff. Kind of how it was during Prime Clash, if anyone remembers that. My Prime Clash streams, kind of how I was then. I was my true unapologetic self. I could be exactly what I wanted to be. I can't be loud this time of night because everyone else is asleep and I will wake them up. I can be loud whenever I want at my grandparents' house because the house is so damn big, they won't hear me if I blast an air horn. Okay, they might hear that, but they won't hear me yelling at the top of my lungs from across the house because there's so many walls and the sound just gets muffled out. I can be as loud as I want. And I also will be able to do marathons, which I definitely will do every single marathon that Taylor did. What'd you do? You did Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm going to do that. If this happens, this is all hypothetical, by the way. I'll do Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll do Getting Over It. I won't do Subnautica 2. Probably won't do Subnautica 2. Your hair is longer? Is that just me? It's just you. It's been this way for a little while. It's slowed down a little, but not too much. But marathons, I'll do marathons. I'll do sleep streams. We can have proper sub goals. Because I will admit, Subnautica, can't do Subnautica because I would beat that in 8 hours. I know that game like the back of my hand. I have well over 100 out, not even 100. I'm gonna say more than that. Minecraft Hardcore. I think I know why we're not gonna do a marathon on that. But Red Dead Redemption 2 and Getting Over It, I want to do marathons on. Those will be fun sleep streams for sub goals. We can actually do the sub goals. And Ubi, one sec, we'll talk in a bit. We're gonna get into chat in here in a bit. So sub goals we can actually do, which I will admit, Brady, Hyper, like anybody that's been asking for sub goals. Main reason we haven't had sub goals is there's nothing to do for the sub goal. I can't do anything for it. Which, you know, it would be you know, sleep streams, 24-hour streams, all this fun streaming stuff I couldn't do because I'm here. So if I can pull this off, we will add sub goals in general across all. You can play 5 minutes of for first second. Why'd I just stutter like Jeffrey Epstein? Oh my gosh. I did the Ep stutter. Yeah, I mean, even that. I would be down for anything. Essentially, I pull this off. Anything I want to do with streaming, I can do. As long as it doesn't require a big audience, right? Like reacting to clips or game nights. Because we could do game nights, but they'll be 30 minutes long because we don't have enough people. It's that simple. But yeah, anything I've talked about with, I want to do this with streaming, I want to try this, we could do if I pull this off. Now, it's going to be hard to pull off for sure. And it's probably got like a, if I had to guess, I'd say probably like a 25 to 30% chance of working. So that's that. But that'd be nice. But I'm going to do more research into how to be entertaining on stream without... Oh, it's a... I'm going to do more research into how to be entertaining on stream without just consistently talking to the chat. Kind of like the entertaining that Queso is, Jinxie, Speed, any big streamer you see that isn't talking to chat 24/7. Because my all-time favorite streamer is Filza. Not even close. And he averages about 3,000 viewers now. But he was big back in the day. And I still watch him to this day. And all he does is play Minecraft and talk to his chat. Same thing I do. But I can't limit myself to one archetype. Because then, when I play any other game, Getting Over It, Red Dead Redemption, Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, any other game that might blow up, like Fortnite might blow up again, any other game in the future, I don't know how to stream and be entertaining. Because I don't know any other archetype besides, yeah, play the chill game and talk. So I need to figure that out. And then we can go back to playing other games. And I will definitely be playing a lot more Siege when the new season comes out. Even then, correction, I'm going to be playing a lot more Siege if I pull this off. Because... Any kiss. Because the reason that Siege and any shooter game while on stream drains me. I've said this to Burger in the past where it's like, no, I don't want to go live, it just drains me. I figured out why. Because I want to be loud. I have the energy. It's there. I can flick it like a switch. If I, do everything else correctly. I don't doom scroll during the day. I get up early and get sunlight right away. I work out that day. I do all I eat well. I don't eat junk food. I have my eggs, my steak, my bananas. Actual, energy sources. And I don't just sloth around all day. I have that energy. And it's just kind of sitting inside of me. Kind of like how when you were a little kid on Christmas Eve. And you get that feeling of... ecstatic. That ecstatic feeling. I don't know what that emotion is properly called. That might be actually what it is called. But you get that feeling, and every now and then you get it as an adult about something. Maybe it's about a girl, maybe it's about school, maybe it's about, these two characters in the anime are finally getting together. Finally, holy shit. Right? Taylor Hunt, intent, none judge, wink wink. But I get a similar feeling when I'm playing Siege. I want to be loud. I want to play it up for the stream. I want to make you guys laugh because of my reactions and whatnot. But I can't. That feeling is sitting inside me, being suppressed because I live here. Correction, because I stream here. So I can't have that reaction that I want to. So it just gets suppressed and burns out. Kind of like putting gasoline on a log. That's not going to keep the fire lit. It just burns up real quick, and then maybe the log stays lit for a little bit, but then it just fizzles out. And then that fizzle goes to the rest of my body, and I get drained. And I don't know the reason for it, but I know that's why. Because I could play ranked 3 hours straight if I could yell and rage and be funny in a way that won't get my dad stomping down the stairs going, "We're trying to sleep, you got your mat," or something, right? Yes, Zach, I saw it. Story time. Story time, Zach. So, and maybe I'm wrong about all this. Maybe I'm entirely wrong, and pulling this off and streaming at my grandparents where I can be loud, I can be myself, I can do all these things won't actually help. It might help temporarily, but it won't. Zach, I'm going to time you out if you type the same thing again. I heard it. I read it. Where was I? Piss. I gotta stop reading chat. Taylor, Zach types that again. Time him out for a minute. Please specify that. A minute. We're gonna talk here in a second. I'm gonna go through traps. I gotta remember where I was. Yeah. This might not. You're right, maybe it won't help. Yeah. Maybe it won't help. And maybe I'm wrong. But if there's one thing I've learned from my grandpa and from how to be a businessman in general, which this applies to all aspects of life, by the way, it's to never give up. I think my grandpa, before he had a successful business, had 7 that failed. He had 7 failed businesses before he founded the one that actually worked. And then he sold it and found another one, and that one failed. And then he found another one, which he still works at to this day. He's the CEO. So that's what? 7 plus the one that he did and then failed. So 8? Wait, no, this is 7. So 9. His 9th business is the one that got him rich. Took him 9 tries of investing and failing, 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 investing, and it works a little bit, and he sells it off for, $2 million or something. I don't remember what he sold it for. And then he tries it again because he's like, nope, I need more money. I gotta keep going. 2 million ain't enough. Investing and failing, investing, and it blows up, and it works. It's the same thing in every aspect of life, where you just need to keep trying. You need to analyze and go again. Because obviously you could try and try and try and try and try the exact same way. You could try and throw a football the exact same way you have your entire life, but you'll never improve. You can keep trying, yeah, but you need to consistently try and crap, can't think of the word. Reassess. Or just assess. And assess what you do each time you try. And you figure out, okay, why did I fail? And then you patch it up, and then you try again. And if you fail again, it more than likely won't be for the same reason. If you fail twice for the exact same reason, you're doing something wrong. Why don't I reply? Because I'm talking and I'm trying to keep my train of thought. I've just lost it again. Piss. That's why I should just ignore everything, but that's a douchebag move. But yeah, you have to keep trying, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try, because I don't see another way this could work. I don't see another... No, I cannot speak Arabic. I'm the white. But yeah, I don't see another way this could work. If I don't... There's nothing else I can change. Especially with summer coming up. I can't change anything. So if I don't pull this off, streams will be a dime a dozen. I will probably get kicked out of the Rumble Creator Program because I'm not streaming enough, which I don't blame them. But in my eyes, going over everything this past week, figuring out, okay, how can I be better at streaming? How can I improve this? Then the only conclusion I came to was I have to stream my grandparents. If I can't, then again, streams will be a dime a dozen. I will try to do once a week because I still want to make progress and I still want to stream because it's fun. But I'm not going to force myself to, especially when forcing myself to just drains me more because I have to then worry about, you know, make sure I don't piss off my family, or more specifically my dad and my mom. Mostly my dad, if I'm being honest. Because I don't want to, right? I don't want to be a dickhead to them. I don't want to be loud to them. I don't want to cause them to lose sleep because our sleep schedules are so different. And they get up early in the morning, and I don't. So sorry, mate. I have to. So I keep losing my train of thought because I'm reading the chat. Sorry, Arabic guy, I had to time you out. You keep typing. I'm talking to everybody that's lurking right now and just listening and taking it in. That's who I'm talking to. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. I think I've repeated this 3 times or more. But yeah, other than not moving into my grandparents, definitely not. But moving my computer to my grandparents to stream. Which the other problem with that is, if I want to do anything on this computer, play games with Taylor, Berger, Aiden, play any games offline, have to go over to their house to do it. If I want to edit videos, have to go over to their house to do it. I want to do anything on this computer, like, you know, fix my, how do I say that actually? That might trigger something. But, you know, just fix stuff. I need a computer for a lot of things. And with my main one at their house, which is 20 minutes away, which is not a bad drive at all. Like, that's not bad. But it just could end up causing more problems than it solves, which I have thought of, and as of right now, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, because how my day would go is I would get up, probably immediately go to work, get my work done for the day, come home, work out if it's a workout day, which I'm trying to make every day a workout day. I guess depending on the workout, if I need the machine we have at my house, or if they've got the equipment there because they do have a gym at my grandparents' house, then I could just use that to work out instead, but then either work out, shower, and then head over to their house for essentially the rest of the day. And this would be around lunchtime, I guess. So yeah, around noon. So I'd eat lunch here beforehand and then go over to their house. Which the biggest problem that I'm foreseeing right now is gas, but it would also really help my mental health, because the biggest thing I doom scroll on is my computer. I don't doom scroll on my phone. I don't have any social media on this thing for that exact reason. But my brain being my brain, it automatically was like, oh cool, I still want to doom scroll and I want those dopamine hits. So it just went to, you know, doom scrolling on the computer instead of on my phone. Which I still have to fix, which that would help break that addiction. Because it's like, cool, can't get up first thing in the morning and check all the social medias, because it's typically how I start doom scrolling when my day starts off bad, is I'll get up, won't do anything productive, come straight to this computer, check the social medias, as in, what's YouTube doing, what Is anybody I know posting new stuff on Instagram? What about TikTok? And then I just end up doom scrolling because I look through their stories and it just turns into a doom scroll. So that would help stop that, which is a net positive. The only thing that would suck is I guess I could get AnyDesk. That would solve, it wouldn't solve I actually need to be here on my computer, but if I get AnyDesk on this computer and then on my laptop, and I just have my laptop here, that would solve it. It'll be a slight problem though. But yeah, for now, what I've gone over in my head is that me successfully moving my streaming area to my grandparents would cause problems, for sure. It would cause some problems. Gas being a big problem, which get upside to help with gas. Take a picture of that so I remember. It would cause the problem of gas. It would cause the problem of if I need to do something on my computer in person, that's a problem. If I just want to, chill and play a game, then I have to go all the way to my grandparents to do that. And the fact my grandparents is the main spot for, this is probably the biggest problem. My grandparents' house, because it's so big, is the spot for my entire family. When family comes down for Easter, they stay at my grandparents' house. They don't stay in hotels. They don't stay in Airbnbs. They stay at my grandparents' house. When, there's big events, they're at my grandparents' house. It's, even though only my grandma and grandpa live there, that house is never empty. At least during the day. I've been there at night where everybody goes back to their own houses, and that's fine. And everybody in my family knows I stream. Now, 3-4 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been comfortable with that. Because I was like, yeah, whatever, I'm still new to it, and it's kind of a corny thing to do. Which, yeah, streaming is kind of a corny thing to do, I'm going to be real. But I enjoy it, so I'm going to stick with it. And the biggest problem it fixes is pretty much any streaming problem I've ever had. I did so good during Hardcore Series 1 because I streamed at my grandparents' house. Fun fact. It was in a tiny little closet. But I did stream at my grandparents' house during Hardcore Series 1. And that was good. And then I think halfway through Pitfall, or whenever, I believe it's whenever I put up the green screen. Maybe. But I think halfway through Pitfall and then all of Nature's End, I was in my room. And I remember those eras fondly because it wasn't, me, you guys, and everyone else in this house. It was just us. Whereas now it's like, cool, it's me, you guys, and then my entire family metaphorically sitting in the cuck chair watching us. That's a terrible metaphor. Oh my gosh. But, they're there. They're there watching, constantly present. And they were when I streamed in my room. It just wasn't as big. Because I could be louder, because there's more muffled. So if these problems come up again, and I just heard my dad saying we're going to say prayer, so I'm gonna go real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. Don't remember where I was, because again, my train of thought goes away like that. Yeah, I don't remember. But I'm going to try. Okay, my plan is just the same as any successful businessman, which is fix one problem at a time, do not quit. You want to be successful at anything in life? That's what I've learned. Fix stuff one problem at a time, never quit. And according to every book I've read, every podcast I've listened to, every conversation I've had with my millionaire grandpa, those are the two biggest things I always take away from it on how to be successful in life. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me go back, because I know there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to read. I didn't see that. Alright. I'm glad you realized that. It doesn't feel like you're playing a character since you're not actually changing yourself, but when you're drained, you're not in the mood to stream, and you realize you have the same energy you always do. You don't want to stream when you're not 100%. Yeah. That's pretty true. You get a direct driving racing wheel and play Forza Horizon 6, not till I'm big. I'm not investing that much money into a game that I'll do once. I don't remember if I missed anything else. But, Ubi, if you're still lurking, I want to hear about this girl, because I know... Like that one girl I told you about. My therapist told me to stay off social media for a while. That'd be wise. Lurking. I do want to hear about that one girl, Ubi, but I do actually need to get up early tomorrow. So, just nice little talky stream. I don't know when I'll be live again. Daily streaming is definitely over. I'm not gonna try and do that again, even if I pull off my my plan to start streaming with my grandparents. Still not gonna do that, but I will try to stream there. I'll try and get it set up there. No female? No. What? How many goals I got soccer today? 4. I don't know. I don't know if 4 is a good number or not with soccer. I don't know if soccer is like one of those sports, like basketball, where the goals can get up into the hundreds. Whereas in football, you know, you get 7, it's good, which is 1 touchdown. I don't know. Like, oh no. Oh, come on. And no, Taylor, you are definitely not getting any desk. Yet. And I thought about this. I will be honest, Taylor. I did think about this. I thought of, okay, what if I gave Taylor / Burger / any of the mods any desk? I don't think it would work because I need my mouse. And my mouse takes priority. So even if you tried to get into any desk, it wouldn't let you because my mouse would take priority and you wouldn't be able to do anything. The reason it works with Jinxie's is because he plays on Xbox. So he's holding the Xbox controller and his hands are off his mouse and keyboard. So High-Vis can, you know, do whatever he wants. He can put the pictures on the screen. He can change it around and whatnot. I've just screwed this whole thing up. There we go. He can do all that stuff. You wouldn't be able to because the second you try to get into any desk, especially if I'm on Minecraft, it would just start taking over Minecraft. Or it wouldn't even let you because my hand's on the mouse. I got 2, but most of my teammates are ball hogs. Also, can we play Helldivers one day, on or off stream? One day, possibly. I'm always going to say possibly to certain stuff. Now, obviously, if Taylor all of a sudden types, when's the OnlyFans? Never. That's never happening. But, you know, playing with you guys certain games, that'll always be a possibility. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I'm not going to set dates for anything, because I don't know if I can keep them. But there is a possibility that one day, yeah, And I do guarantee that one day we will do, games with viewers, whether that's Brawl Stars or, any other big game. You rejected me? Bruh, how did I don't know how to reject. I'm not doing this. No, not tonight. But, yeah, you can't have any desk. Even if I gave it to you, it won't work. I'm on Xbox. Well, if you can't do crossplay, then that automatically says no. I'm pretty sure Xbox can crossplay, though. Pretty sure Helldivers is. But that's not a problem we need to worry about right now. It's not a problem that needs a solution, because it's not even in the... It's in the realm of possibilities, but it's not on the horizon for a couple thousand miles. Sorry, but off topic, did you update my statue? No, I will update it next time we log into the world. Unless you had a streaming PC, which, yeah, I don't. Which I probably need. I probably do need a separate PC that is specifically hardwired to run OBS at its maximum. And then I've got another one that's meant to play the games at the maximum. That would help. And if I had that, then yeah, you 100% could have permissions for that. And I actually like the idea of one of you guys being a high buys. And I'm pretty sure that's going to catch on. I guarantee that's going to be, one of the next big things streamers do. Because every now and then there's a streamer that just gets so big, and they're so big for so long that it just revolutionizes how streaming works. It happened with Ninja, it happened with Aiden Ross, it happened with XQC, it happened with Speed. I can't name specifics, but I see how they shape the streaming industry. And I guarantee the thing that Jinxie is going to bring to the streaming industry is, one, the way he interacts with his chat via 1v1s, Copper v Champs, all those different Siege things, reacting to clips, all that stuff. And the biggest thing is having your head mod really add to the stream. So it's more of a duo ship than just, yep, the head mods regulate the chat so nothing bad is getting said, which obviously they do. But I guarantee within the next 5 or so years, as new streamers pop up, as the new faces of Twitch and streaming as the industry come up, they will have their own high-vis. And they will probably get called Jinxie clones for it. And that's what's going to happen, because Jinxie was called a Speed clone. Now he's not at all. Just because you're similar to somebody does not make you a clone. Now, if I acted exactly like Jinxie, and Taylor, if you get any desk, you acted exactly like High-Vis, then yeah, it would be valid calling us Jinxie and High-Vis clones. But if I'm still myself, and I'm my own person, and I'm not trying to be the Jinxie clone with the Flubba's alright, and first clip of it, I can't do it. Tim the Tatman had the same thing for years. He had a High-Vis. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where he got the idea. Where High-Vis got the idea. So that's... maybe not any desk, but his model whips out, would always troll messing with him, alerts and stuff. So, apparently it was Tim first. Why aren't you playing Minecraft today? Because it's late and I'm going to bed right after this. So yeah, obviously that'll happen. There will be, or his Twitter. I can see that. I never watched Tim the Tatman too much. Actually, correction. I didn't watch Tim the Tatman at all. I didn't watch him at all. Hardly watched Ninja. I just saw his clips. I think I've seen 3 Tim the Tatman clips in my entire life. And the main one being when Ninja, Dr. Lupo, him, and I think it was Courage killed a hacker in OG Fortnite. I think that's the only clip I've actually seen of him that I remember. So yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm definitely not opposed to the idea of you being a High-Vis Taylor. And I'll be honest, out of all the mods, no offense Burger, no offense Freedy, Taylor would be the best High-Vis type of mod. So I'm not opposed to that. But as of right now, it's not possible because guess what? Even if, one, you had any desk, and two, any desk worked while I was on my computer at the same time, or I had a streaming computer, if I'm still in this situation, I can't give the best reaction, or I can't be my true self reaction. I have to tone it down. I can't yell at you for other stuff. Guess what if you did something revolutionary and lived with your head mod? Yeah. so essentially, the immediate thought that popped into my head was Kai Cenat, Phantom but mod. Or I'm just streaming, and you could do one of two things. You could just bust in my room and harass me, or you could hop on any desk and harass me. Which that would be really funny. That makes her for some funny content, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, right now it's just not possible. It's just not possible right now. I want to make the best content I can, and I want to be as funny as I can, but I don't have the ability to do that right now. I love taking my energy and being myself up to 110%. But being here is just, it's not possible at the moment. It sucks. Also, you know, I have a question. You could just ask a question, Zach, instead of saying that. We'd have to make lots of money to be your house husband. That is not what you would be called. I would not call you that. And that's not how that would work. Oh no, this is in the future. You guys first. The entire Taylor dude lore. The entire gang has to come down here first. We actually have to meet and do IRL type of streams together. I don't know if I can do an IRL stream because I don't have the camera or the data plan for that. But you know. Now, if you come down here, yeah, 100% we'll stream with my grandparents. I guarantee I can set that up easy because it's not permanent. It's not at the poise of permanence is the one I'm going to present. How much, Gussie? For what? Pretty. I'm not answering that question. I'm not answering how much. Because one, I know you're not going to pay it. And two, if you do pay it, you're a lunatic and I'm refunding it. Try making Helldivers content? I don't like it. Fund the stuff? I don't know. I don't know how much it would be. I'm not crazy. You would absolutely be crazy to fund a PC. Yay. I don't care what. You sound like Aiden Fett. If I don't like a game, if I don't like playing a game offline, the chances of me liking it on stream, where I have to express myself tenfold and be 10 times more energetic, then I definitely won't like it. And I don't like playing Helldivers off stream. I don't find it fun. I will play any day of the week, anytime. Aiden DMs me, says, hey, I need your help recording scenes for a Helldivers 2 video. Hell yeah, I will be on the game every day of the week. Playing it just for fun? No, I don't find it fun. So, game plan. What is the game plan? Oh, upside link. Okay. Let's see, I also need to get the Acorns app as well. I need to do a bunch of stuff. Helldivers boring. When I say it's boring, I can play maybe one complete mission. Like the mini objectives within the missions. where, you know, you launch the rocket, you get the fuel, you kill the bugs, right? And then you complete the whole mission or the set of missions. I can do about one of those before I'm like, yeah, I'm bored of this game now. Helldivers is definitely a fun game, but it can't keep my attention the same way as Subnautica, Minecraft, Terraria can. My jam is survival creative buildings. Sandbox games are my kind of jam. It's why I can't stay on Siege all day. Because I love Siege. I love Siege to bits. It is by far the best FPS I've ever played with. And I've only played a couple. I've played Halo 3. That's okay. I like Halo 3, but the actual campaign and the actual multiplayer part of it, at least from what I remember, was eh. Call of Duty, not my thing in the slightest. Don't like it at all. Fortnite's Fortnite. I'll play Prime Fortnite. Not Prime Fortnite. I'll play OG Fortnite every now and then. But actual Fortnite I don't like anymore. Battlefront 2, played that a lot recently. I don't play Galactic Assault. I don't play Supremacy. I just play Heroes vs. Villains or Hero Showdown. And Helldivers 2, don't hardly play at all. Rocket League, don't play hardly at all unless I'm playing with Taylor, Matt, Berger. Unless I'm playing with you guys who are good at the game. And I can just suck and not have to try. But with Siege, I actually like it because... I'm going to guess because it's objective based. Because all those games obviously have objectives, but with Halo, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Rocket League, it's kind of all the same. You all have like one major objective, which is either kill anyone you see or score the goal. And I don't like that. Obviously, in Siege, it's kind of the same way, but the fact that in Siege, there's so many different aspects to it. It's not just, cool, you have to have good aim, you have to have good reaction time. There's a lot of strategic play to it. You have to know how to play certain scenarios, and there's millions of different scenarios that could come up in Siege with the 5v5. And that's what I like, is the strategic aspect of Siege. Not necessarily the, cool, I gotta go around shooting people, but the fact that I have to use my brain and actually apply it. Not just, oh crap, there's a person, let me quickly turn and get good aim and kill them real quick. And then boom, I can turn my brain off again until I hear another, thing of, until I hear more gun sounds. With Siege, it's, okay, I gotta plan out this whole round beforehand. Overthinking, right? Big overthinker. Taylor is too. Siege really plays into the overthinker mindset, which is what I have. And if I fail, then cool, I can analyze it. If I so choose, replays are there. I can go over, okay, what did I do wrong? Where was that sound cue actually coming from? All this stuff. And that's why I love Siege. Did you try playing Wreckfest with Taylor? Zach, you don't have to repeat, I can see it. I probably won't play Wreckfest, though. Well, at least in the near future, I won't. But yeah, I figured I wanted to have this talk on Tuesday, but then, family came up again, which that is still a big possibility. That is one problem that I cannot solve yet. Which is that if my parents want me to go pick up my sisters from something, I have to. Nothing I can do about that yet. But I can fix one problem, which is all I gotta do. What'd you say about Helldivers 2? I don't find it fun. I'll go over what I said. I don't find Helldivers 2 very fun. I can do about one main mission, which in my eyes the main mission is, you go to an area and then you've got those mini missions inside, like launch the rocket, fuel up the cargo, kill all the bugs, and then you complete all those 3, and then that area is complete. I can do about one of those by myself or with friends, and then I'm done with the game, and I'm bored of it. But if you want me, same thing with Siege, if you or Taylor or anybody else DMs me saying, hey, I need help filming content, not gameplay, but I need to get cinematic shots like what we did with Helldivers last time. You need help filming. I will be there any day of the week. But when it comes to playing Helldivers 2 for fun, like if I had to choose between playing Helldivers 2 or Siege or Minecraft or almost any other game, I will choose almost any other game anytime. When it comes to what do I want to play just to relax and have fun, I will not play Helldivers 2 for fun. I don't find it fun off the time. Now, new update comes out, like the what apparently there were new mechs, I think is what you said. There were new mechs. I haven't logged in yet, but if I ever get to the point of, wow, I'm bored of Subnautica, I'm bored of Minecraft, bored of Terraria, bored of Battlefront 2, bored of Rocket League, bored of every other game, sure, let's log on to Helldivers and test out these new tanks. And I'll play the game for probably an hour and a half and then be done, because I'm bored. But you guys ever need my help filming content, I will be there every day of the week. But I will not play the game for fun. If you text me and go, hey Gussie, I need help filming content for Helldivers 2, and we're actually, filming content, and you're not just trying to bait me into playing with you, then, which that sounds mean, but what I mean by that is just, playing without a purpose, then you'll lose my trust and you shouldn't do that. And I'll say no. If you, crap, I need to word this differently because I've just messed up my whole rhythm. If you DM me, Aiden, and say, hey Gussie, I need help filming cinematics or shots that will require at least 3 people. I got Taylor on, he's going to help us as well. Can you come help? Absolutely, we'll be on in a heartbeat. You do that same DM, but reward it to, hey Gussie, want to play Helldivers 2? And I'm pretty sure I've DM'd you this in the past back as well, as it's like, is this for a video? Do you need help making content? You say no, I will say no. I won't get on the game for fun. It will be a once in a blue moon that I say yes to that. Because I don't find the game fun. It's not my cup of tea. So Forsaken, maybe in the future, yeah. Now, more than likely, Freedy, what will happen with Forsaken is the exact same thing that happened with Battle Block Theater, which is that I tried it, I didn't enjoy it. I even tried Battle Block Theater off stream, and I didn't enjoy it that much. It's not my cup of tea kind of game. I didn't really like it. Which is why we haven't streamed it again. So I guarantee in the future, you keep pushing it, I will try Forsaken. But I can also guarantee that once I try it, I probably won't like it. Because I've seen your streams, I've seen you play it. It doesn't look like my cup of tea. Seems like a fighting game. Cool. You like that? You like that. That's your cup of tea. It's not mine. I've not heard of F1, but what time is it? I need to go to bed. That's what time it is. It is time for me to go to bed. It is late. Well, if it's good talky time, my camera sucks. Is my quality really that bad, or is Rumble just setting it to be that bad? It's quickly search it. IP. I'm not searching that. Yeah, no. No, I will not search that. Correct. Alright, but gang, thank you for all the bitties. Freedy, thanks for the resub as well. I'm gonna say this now. We're gonna like my short, please. Where? Put it in self-promo at some point. Oh yeah, here on YouTube. This isn't a short, this is a stream. Oh, this one. Yeah. I'll give it a like. Yeah, I seen it. I got it. I got you, mate. I've not been as active as I need to. Kiss my monitor, alright.
Mwah.
Or you like furry femboys? I don't care about your opinions. Zach, you can say whatever you want. Of course, mate. But, summary. Little goal list, I guess. I need to talk with my grandpa and try and get that figured out, because that's step one. Step one is try to move my computer to their house so I can stream there. If I can stream there, that is a lot of problems solved. If not, then content's gonna stay relatively the same. We're just gonna continue. It's gonna be, chill streams, and we're just gonna work on Temple Square until I can move it. Which I really want to be entertaining. Because there's no point in learning stuff if you don't implement it. Right? Like I've got a bunch of videos saved on my phone, so I don't doom scroll. So if I want to watch something while eating, I can. Got a bunch of videos on the, what's this called? VLC? Yeah, the VLC app, where I just download them with a YouTube to MP3, upload them to Google Drive, download them from Google Drive on my phone, and then upload them to my files on my phone, and then they're here. And I put them in stuff. And I've got about 9 hours specifically of YouTube videos. And one that I've been wanting to watch, but haven't, is Interior Design for Boys. Because I need to learn how to do good interior design. Because I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of bad at it. But the reason I haven't is because I can't implement it, which is something that I read in Atomic Habits. That the best way to learn stuff is to first read it. I don't remember if this was Atomic Habits or How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's one of those books. It's one of those books that I read that said, there is no point in learning new stuff if you don't immediately implement it. Because then it just leaves your brain. Which is why I haven't watched this video, because I can't implement it. I don't have the money to implement it. Now someday, when I've got the money and I've got my own room, I will definitely watch this video over and over again and implement it. So there's no point in me learning how to be more entertaining and different stream archetypes if I can't implement it, because it will just leave my brain and I'll have to watch that video again or learn it again. It's why in school, this is the one thing I'll give school, is that it's good at this. The teacher, almost every day, teaches you, I'll give math, like new math equation. Cool. We're learning how to do this. And then immediately, that's the first 30 minutes of class, at least for me. Hour-long class period. First 30 minutes of class, the teacher is explaining the new math equation. And then second half of class, little worksheet that's worth 0.01% of your total grade. Nothing really. You completely fail it. But then you implement that math equation, and if you don't fully get it yet, the teacher's right there to help you and walk you through it personally. And you do that every day, and it sticks with you. Now, if they had, and then at the end of the month, you take a test over everything you learned every day, but because you did it on the worksheet, you actually can recall it and how you did it. But if she just taught you that full hour, and then you went about your day with no homework, or I guess no busy work, because homework is honestly, at least for my time in high school, homework was completely optional. If you just got it done in class, you were completely fine. But you got it done in class. If you didn't have that little worksheet, then you would have completely failed the test because you wouldn't remember anything other than maybe something from yesterday. That's the one thing I'll give school, is that is absolutely how you're supposed to learn. You learn something and then quite literally immediately implement it into your life in some way. What's this about? Just big talky time. That's all it is. Guess you are entertaining. It makes me laugh. This isn't a lie. Well, I'm glad that it's not a lie, but that doesn't mean I can't be better. Right? I can say I'm strong. Cool. I can bench 185. Doesn't mean I can't be stronger. Sure, I'm entertaining now. Doesn't mean I can't get better at being entertaining and being interactive. You can always be better. Even if you are the best in the world at something. You are the best basketball player at something. You are prime LeBron. You can still get better. And you can still find new ways to implement stuff. You can always be better. It doesn't mean you're not good today. Yeah, but you also, at least for me, I never want to be content with where I am. I don't want to be like, yeah, this is enough. In certain aspects, it's definitely okay to be enough. But I'd say in 99% of everything, that you can always be better. Mate, nah. Because I'm going to say, yeah, 99%. I was going to say pretty much everything, but no, there's something out there I don't know about that, you know, you can be just good at and you don't have to be better at. Like eating, for example. Like eating would be a good one. Unless you're a competitive eater, 99% of the population does not need to be better at eating. Unless you're just scarfing on the food and not enjoying it. Okay, I'm just... Okay. Please give me... I gave the goodnight kiss already. Change is the only constant, my man. That's very wise, that's true. I Ghost Hunter, we are... There's your head pats. We are ending stream, though. I need to go to bed. It's pretty late for me. I'm better at eating than you. Probably, because you're fat. Yeah, that's not surprising. Chubby muffin. There's a 4 list for you, you... Oh, hug. I can't give hugs. I'll give you hit pats. Alright. Talky stream. I'm going to bed. Don't know when I'm going to be live again. No hugs. I can't give hugs to a camera. I've said that before. Because it's all the way over there. And it's just... If I was a girl, I'd be showing off my entire cleavage if I gave the camera a hug because it's that far. But luckily, I'm not a girl. Well, that's not necessarily luckily. Yes, it is. I don't bleed every month. More goodnight kiss? No, we already gave goodnight kiss. I'm ending stream right now. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And I'll see you whenever we stream again. Good